Good evening and welcome to the Trading the Tech Show. My name is Derek and this is iLi Academy. Today is Sunday, May 9th, 2021. It's Sunday, so I hope everybody has had a great weekend, had a chance maybe to relax, maybe do something fun with the family and friends. And of course, today is also Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to everyone who is, um, a mother, and those who are spending time with your mothers. You know that this is a precious time. And those who are without, like myself, well, we have to think back and think of the good times that that we had when they were here. So I hope everybody had a wonderful day, enjoyed the day, and I hope you're able to do something quite nice. We're going to get in, take a look at what's going on with the markets right now. We don't, we don't know what direction is going to be so far for the day, but we can get an idea of which direction we're trying to head here. Uh, Heading into the week, just by what we're looking at kind of last week. If we look at last week for the Dow Jones, actually, let me go back to the 5 day chart here. You can see that the Dow Jones was steadily climbing from the 4th of May through Friday. We were steadily climbing. Friday, we ended up hitting highs above 34,800 in that last half hour of the day. And but we closed at 34,777.76, which was up 229.23 points on the day. So we had a couple stellar days last week. A definite up close for the week itself. The S&P 500 also was up to 4232.60, up 30.98 points. The Nasdaq ended at 13,752.24, up 119.39 points, and the Russell 2000 ended up 30.21 points to 2271.63. Our VIX is down in the 16s. We remember where we were in the 19s, actually, and so we've been falling steadily. So we're down 1.7 right now to 16.69 for the VIX. So that might, indicate that we may continue higher on our Dow Jones as the bulls push the Dow Jones Industrial Average higher. So let's take a look and see how our cross pairs were affected here um, on our charts. I'm looking at the Aussie CAD right now. The Aussie CAD had a turnaround last week. Um, we can see here, let me go and hide these here so we can get my tools here. We're still below our 720, however. So this is presenting an opportunity for us. We're below the 720. All the moving averages are below the 720. And now our rate, though, had jumped up beyond our 200 for just a little while there. But the 200, 100, and our 50 definitely are below our 720. So we have opportunities to trade at these levels. The first opportunity is going to be on our 50 at the 95.03 area. And I'd probably take that one myself because there's no point in waiting any further because we're so far below the 720. And we're actually on the downside and we're pushing back in the direction of the preferred direction, which is to the downside here. But if you want to be conservative, you can use your 200 and your 100 as well. And, but I'd probably place it on my 50 to short. As far as the Aussie yen goes, we're still on track to the upside here. You see that we're in a full mature trend here. All the moving averages are in order to the upside. We're above our 720, so we're going to be buyers of the Aussie yen when we get our pullbacks to our 50 and our 100. This trade is actually positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in our profit stop behind this trade. Just kind of pick a spot here, maybe about 3 pips down. That drops it below the bottom of this previous green candle or so. That's going to protect the profits on that particular trade for this client. As far as the Aussie New Zealand goes, we can see that rate now is trading above our 720. But all the long-term moving averages, 50, 100, and 200, are still below the 720. So I probably wouldn't short on this 50 because it's too close to my 720. But I'd use my 100 or my 200 as my points where I would place my short sell, my short stop. So, or my sell stop order, I'm sorry. So even though rate's above that and it's climbing higher, actually I'm going to go ahead and lock this in too because there's no point. Particular this particular account is using the platinum strategy, so so we'll lock those in just as it is and just leave it at that. But If I'm going to short, I'm probably going to short on my 100 or my 200 based on our signature trading strategy. As far as our Aussie US goes, we're trading above our 720. All the moving averages are in order to the upside. So that's full mature trend. We're just waiting on pullbacks to the 50 or to our 100 so that we can buy at those levels. As far as CAD Yen goes, we're trading here above our 720. You can see all the moving averages in order to the upside as well. Lots of distance between our 200 and our 720. So our idea is that it's not going to trade back in the direction of the downside. So we're looking for more upward direction here. That's pretty much the trend, the ongoing trend. Anytime we pull back past our 100 and our 50 moving averages, then we are able to place our buy orders. Now, Friday, we did get that. We got a nice move down on Friday all the way down to the 200. So we could have dropped in order to buy on this 100 or on the 50. Didn't matter. Either one of them would have been a profitable trade for us now. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to lock in the buys here as well, because you don't want to lose those pips once it goes profitable. We'll just lock it in and let that go positive for our client. As far as the Swiss yen goes, we're trading above our 720 again as well. All the yen pairs pretty much going to kind of look like that because of the nice trend that we've been in so far as money moves to risk. We're trading above our 720. All the moving averages are in order to the upside. So we've got a nice mature trend going on. We widen that out a little bit. We're going to be buyers when we pull back past our 50 or past our 100. And we're going to go ahead and drop in on this buy order for this particular platinum pair. We're going to drop in a buy order on this, drop in a stop order to save those pips, right? That's pretty much how we'll follow it up. I like to follow it up by about 3 pips or so, especially when, it's pretty close. As far as the Euro Aussie goes, we're trading below our 720 here. All the moving averages are in order to the downside. So that means we're in a full mature trend. And so we're going to be looking to sell on any pullbacks past our 50 or past our 100 here. As far as the Euro CAD goes, you can see that we're trading below our 720 here. All the moving averages are below that 720. They're not quite in order, so we don't have a mature trend, but we know that our preferred direction is to the downside here. So we're going to short on our 100 is going to be the only place really we can short right now. That's sitting at 147.31. Our bid price is pretty much sitting up here just a little bit above our 50. If it gets a decent amount above the 50, then we can improve the order from the 100 up to our 50. Okay. On Friday, we did get this move back past the 200 here. Our 200's in orange. We did get a move back above that, so we could have shorted on that 200, and we would have a profitable trade going on. As far as the Euro Swiss goes, we're trading below our 720. All the moving averages are below. They're not quite in order as our 8 has jumped over the 21 and the 50, but we're still kind of trending to the downside. That's our preferred direction. So we're just waiting on pullbacks past that 50 and past the 100 in order to short at those levels. We got a nice move back on Friday above our 200, and that would have given us an opportunity to short on the 200 or on the 100 or even on the 50, and any one of those trades would have been profitable. As far as Euro Pound goes, we're trading down below our 720 here now. All the moving averages, though, are still above the 720. The 200, 100, and the 50 are well above the 720. The 200 is pretty close, but we can maybe use this 100 if it fits our threshold for how many pips between that and the 720. If it's more than 10 for me, then I would place an order on that 100. If not, then I'd use my 50 as my buy point at 86.77. As far as the Euro Yen goes, we're trading above our 720. All the moving averages are in order to the upside here. And so we're waiting on pullbacks past our 50 or past our 100 to be buyers here. Euro New Zealand, we're trading below our 720 here. All the moving averages are below. They're not quite in order to the downside yet. They're a little bit close together here, so they're probably going to kind of set themselves up. It looks like the 21 sitting on top of the 50 or so. Right now, we're not quite getting that order, but if we push back here, maybe a little bit past our 200, kind of like we got on Friday, we push past the 200, even past the 720, we can drop an order either on that 200 or on the 50 or 100 to short our sell stop. Our preferred direction still to the downside. far as the Euro US goes, we're trading above our 720. All the moving averages are in order to the upside. So we've got mature trend to the upside. And so we're buyers here. If we pull back past our 100 or I mean, our 50 or our 100 here, we can make buy orders there. As far as our pound Aussie goes, we're trading below our 720. All the moving averages are below the 720. Right now we've pulled up, we got close to our 100 here, so we could have dropped in order to short here on our 50. That's the only option that we have to enter right now for a sell stop order at the 178.63 mark. Slide these over a little bit. Okay, on our pound CAD, you can see that we're trading here below our 720. All the moving averages are below the 720 as well. And so we're going to be short sellers here. We're not quite in order yet, but we are pulling back right now pretty close to the 200. So we're short sellers on our 100 or our 50. As far as the pound Swiss goes, we're trading here below our 720. All the moving averages are below the 720 as well. Right now, the rate's sitting up here right around this 200 mark. The 200 moving average here, it's sitting right up there. So we can short on this 100 as our next option, or we can use the 50 if we want to be real conservative about it. But this 100 looks like a great place to short. Around the 126.35 mark, where it sits now, because it's well above there. The move would have to kind of commit itself to moving back down in the preferred direction. As far as the pound yen goes, we're trading above our 720. All the moving averages are in order to the upside. A little bit of a sharp movement there, kind of a sharp movement away from our 50. So if you want to play this on a snapback to the 50, you can probably do that. I think that's our Vibranium strategy. Our Vibranium auto trader strategy does the same thing. It looks for those moves way past the 50 and these sharp moves up, and then it'll trade a short, maybe up top, back towards that 50. But in this scenario, in this strategy, the signature strategy, we're looking for pullbacks to the 50 or to the 100 in order for our opportunities to buy, to place our buy stop. As far as the pound US goes, we're trading above our 720. All the moving averages are in order to the upside, so we've got mature trend to the upside here. We've got a really weird, spike here at the open of the day. We had a really hard spike to the top there, but then of course it retreated right back down into the level where pretty close to where we closed on Friday, and just kind of continued on here a little bit to the upside. So we've got trend to the upside. We're waiting on pullbacks past our 50 or past our 100 to make our buy stop orders. As far as the New Zealand CAD goes, you can see that we're trading here well below our 720 here. We are trading right now below the 200, and we've also dropped the bid past our 50 as well. The ask price is above the 50, but the bid price is below the 50, as evidenced by the bottom of this candle here, this red candle. So our only option really is to sell on this 100 at 88.19. That's going to be the place where we place the order right now. Preferred directions to the downside, and there's a lot of real estate between my 720 and my 200, so I'm not really worried about it crossing back over to the upside just yet. As far as New Zealand Swiss goes, we're trading below our 720. Kind of some consolidation going on. We're just kind of trading to the right here. Even though we're getting these nice spikes, it's starting to kind of move around and give us some spikes outside of the zone, but we're pretty much in a little bit of a zone headed to the right here. So anytime we get up here around this 720, we can short on these 200, 100, or 50, which is kind of right in the same area where we are right now, right around this 65, 60s area, and we can short there. Just be mindful that it has been kind of bouncing. If you look at most of the trading has happened above this about 65, 50 area. So once we get down there, we definitely want to break even, take whatever pips it gives you. It doesn't matter how many, even if it's just one or two. Lock in what you can just to make sure that you don't get caught with that trade going back negative and then wasting time for you. Just take your pips and we move on to the next. As far as the New Zealand yen goes, we're trading above our 720. All our moving averages are in order to the upside here. So we're going to be waiting on pullbacks past our 100 or past our 50 in order to make our buy trade. Friday, we got that action. We moved down here, down a couple of times towards the 100. Then we even moved down here towards the 200. And then we could have dropped an order on the 100 or the 50 to buy, and any one of those trades would have been profitable for us. As far as the New Zealand US goes, we're trading down here above our 720. All the moving averages are in order to the upside here. So we're going to be waiting for pullbacks towards our 50 or past our 100 in order to buy. As far as the US dollar CAD goes, we're trading below our 720. All the moving averages are in order to the downside. We've got a lot of real estate between our 720 and our 200. And so we're going to be short sellers if we pull back past the 50 or past the 100. On Friday, we got movement back towards the 100, but towards the 50. We kind of touched the 50, but we didn't get high enough past it to drop an order on it to sell. So that would have been a little tough for us on Friday, but now we'll just have to wait for the next opportunity. As far as the US dollar Swiss goes, we're trading below our 720 as well. All the moving averages, once again, are in a full mature trend to the downside here. On Friday, we did get a pullback past the 50, pretty much close to 100. So we probably could have dropped an order on this 50 and taken the short order from there. Okay. As far as the US dollar yen goes, we're trading right below our 720 right now. However, our long-term moving average 200 and 100 are still above the 720. So we're going to be buyers. We're not going to buy on this 100. We want to commit the rate past the 720 by about 10 pips or more. So we'll be buyers maybe on this 200 at 109.03. Yeah, so we're at 108.92 is where our 720 sits. So we're about 11 pips different to our 200 moving average. So I'd be a buyer here on the 200. So those are the opportunities so far that exist for us. We got a couple, we got a few today that exist for us. We got some nice setup type things going on. We've got a lot of mature trends going on right now too. So at some point, those are going to exhaust and pull back for us too. So that's always good because when we got those mature trends, it's putting distance between the moving averages and whether we're above this 720 or below it, it's giving that distance. And that means that when we pull back, it's more apt that we're going to continue in the preferred direction rather than change direction. So that's going to provide opportunity at some point for us this week as well. So I hope that you got some good ideas for trading this week from the show tonight. And I hope that you get some great trading opportunities throughout the rest of the week, and definitely so that we can become profitable there. So I thank you for your time and your patience. And we will talk to you soon. Okay. We will talk to you, tomorrow. We'll be back for our shows and we'll talk to you soon. Well, once again, this is Derek with the Trading the Tech Show for iLi Academy. And have a great one. Bye-bye.